Hi and welcome to Fat Parks. Today, the long-awaited update on Voltron or the new coaster opening in Europa Park in 2024 in the new land Croatia. Lots of things happened since I was there, and Europa Park just published new episodes on their website, LiQWYD Season 2. Now, why it's a really interesting coaster? Well, because Ride to Happiness, which is made by Mack, is currently considered one of the best coasters in Europe. Now, imagine what Mack can do in their own park, consider what they managed to create in Plopsaland, and also having a lot more money to spend in terms of theming. This is gonna be an interesting one. What we discovered? Well, one thing is the capacity. This amazing 1,600 guests per hour. How are they going to do that? Well, they got 7 trains, out of which 4 can be on track simultaneously, and they're going to leverage all their knowledge from existing rides. So I'm expecting trains not to stop in the station, same as what is currently happening in Arthur, but also I think they're going to use the automated rinse trains, same as we've seen in Ride to Happiness, which make the onboarding procedures much quicker. So we're gonna see lots of technology and innovation in this coaster. Now, what have we discovered in the second season? Episode 1 and Episode 2. There was this amazing time-lapse showing the building site, and you can see, what they've done. It's clearly nearly finished, but also you can see how much is going on to build not only a massive coaster, but this new land, which has got an amazing and massive building, which is going to be the entrance, the station. Then there is a maintenance building that we're going to see in a minute, and the whole land, basically. So lots of things were going on, and also I still think there is going to be a second attraction, even if it's something that Europa Park hasn't mentioned anymore in their series dedicated to this new land and coaster. From the aerial, you can see actually how close to the current Greece land this new Croatia land is. And there is a lot going on. This new building is massive. They say it's 45 meters times 55 meters, which is quite impressive. It's a 2-story building, and it's going to contain the station. It's worth mentioning is that all the facade is actually fake, so all the windows and all that is pure decoration, and nothing of that is structural. But you can tell already that there is going to be a lot of theming. They shared, of course, all those visuals with Tesla Tower, and I think they got in mind Rockburg in Fantasyland. So clearly they want to kind of reach that amazing level. Also, they shared this footage of boarding station, saying that all this metal structure is not going to be covered, it's going to be part of theming. And here again, you can see this kind of industrial theming, which is perfectly aligned with a Tesla theming, but also a clear inspiration to what we saw already in Ride to Happiness, and even more in Rockburg in Fantasyland. Then they moved to the maintenance building, which is again massive. Consider they got 7 trains, and all the 7 trains can fit in this one. Being the trains much shorter, we are something like the Smiler. They're going to have only 2 tracks, and so they're going to have 3 or 4 trains on each track in the maintenance building. Then they shared lots of footage around the construction building site. Of course, things progressed dramatically, because the last series was recorded until Christmas, even a bit earlier. So 2 or 3 months down the line, and you can see what is going on here. There are tons and tons of pieces of track and all the pillars that are gonna sustain the track itself. And I really appreciate the fact that Europa Park is sharing really a lot in terms of what is going on. What we know of this coaster is that it's gonna be the bigger Dipper, so their take on the Smiler, basically. And it's gonna be an open loop, so it's not a closed circuit, but it is gonna have a spike, which we're gonna see in a minute. The construction is progressing quite a lot, keeping in mind that originally this coaster was due to open in 2023, so basically this year, but then due to chip shortage and I think raw material shortage as well, the opening has been postponed to 2024. But you can see from the progression here that they were kind of aligned to the 2023 opening. Unfortunately, this is not going to happen, which is a big pity. So what we know is going to have 3 launches and this open circuit. So in a minute you're going to see the spike, which is this dead end piece of track that stays up in the air. We know also that it's going to have some moving part of the tracks. And that it's likely to be a masterpiece. Expectations are really high because, as I said, Mack proved what they can create with Ride to Happiness in Plopsaland, and here they go even higher ambitions, both in terms of tracks, interaction, moving tracks with the spike, but also in terms of teaming, because we know that Europa Park is one of the really good in terms of teaming. It's one of the best themed park in Europe, probably the best in Europe. And considering the Phantasialand raise the bar with Rockburg, I'm pretty sure they're gonna try to match the same wow reaction. Say that, I'm gonna keep posting more videos on this new coaster, so stay tuned and subscribe to the channel.